should mean the same thing.
Yeah, man. So last weekend was wild card weekend in the NFL. I know we just got through the divisional round as well, but there was something that happened after the show last week that we didn't get a chance to talk about then, and that is with the Houston Texans rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. They beat the Cleveland Browns. He's set some records for rookie quarterbacks in their playoff appearance. And afterwards, he was being interviewed by a reporter from NBC. The very first thing out of his mouth is, "Hey, I want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." And then when NBC put that clip of that interview onto their social media, and not only NBC, but his own team, the Houston Texans, on their social media accounts, ended up using the same edited clip that took out the mention of Jesus Christ. And here's what's funny, or not funny about it, but here's one thing that's worth noting, I think, is that this isn't new for CJ Stroud. He has been very vocal about his faith in Jesus all season, but the Houston Texans are not a huge team in the NFL. It's been okay up until now, but now we're in the playoffs and it's a bigger stage. And now we got to edit what we are saying here. What do you guys think, man? Like, there's a lot of people very upset about this. A lot of people that were calling out both NBC and the Houston Texans on social media. I mean, is this just par for the course, or is this an example of the media getting a little braver?
Yeah, I mean, I work on a communications team, and we know the limitations of it. And like, some people are like, well, they edited it out for time, and it's like, actually, the full interview was under the recommended time for a clip. Like, the whole interview was 56 seconds, which is under the 90-second like general guideline. Like, it's wild how people will make excuses for stuff like this, but I think it's cool that we're seeing both of the Harbaughs, in football talk about it. I didn't even know who CJ Stroud is. Like, I didn't even know he was the quarterback, and I heard this story. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, right now, it's not F1 season, so I don't care. And even I heard this story, and I was like, man, that's whack.
That's crazy. Yes, it's par for the course, but that doesn't mean that we should just be comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us, like, I hate the whole, you should expect sinners to sin argument, because you should expect the saints of God to say something. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, I don't get that. So it's very cowardly. And like you mentioned, Eric, this is not a big deal until this guy shows up and they win a game in the playoffs, and you got a whole bunch more eyeballs on what you're doing. And now you like, man, we got to protect these ad dollars. And get in there and scrub any reference. Again, like we said, God is cool with people because God can be.
Well, I say Pride Night. We were talking about that. You said it earlier. Like, if he had said, "Hey, I just want to thank God for playing well today," they wouldn't have touched it.
I got a quick question. Did FaithWire or the Christian Post or Christianity Today happen to get a comment at that game? Were they there to collect any media clips or anything?
Probably not.
Why?
I have no idea. I mean, I know the Christian Post put up an article about CJ Stroud.
But you see the point that I'm trying to make.
But they've also covered him throughout.
We need to be in the places of culture if we want to help perpetuate culture. Otherwise, this is what you're going to get.
That's a fair argument.
Yeah, well, but
do you get invited, or do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
we could. Well, we're trying to do commentary. This is our effort. This is the iron age of media. We want to see it change. We got to make that change happen.
You can get media passes for sporting events, because, like, before FiveTwenty, I did a baseball blog.
Oh, we actually got Eric's gonna drag me to some stuff. I know it now.
Well, no, but like, we were able to get like media, like for the full season, media passes to like, one of the local AA baseball teams here, and we could go anywhere in there. So, I mean, that's not the thing. Here's the thing that I'll push back on what you're saying, Zero. I mean, yes, we need to be there. And like, there are Christian media outlets that are covering, players like CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
However, even if the Christian Post had been there, that's not going to change what NBC is doing on there.
No, but MSNBC hates God. They demonstrate it all the time. I sent you guys some clips earlier this week talking hard against Christians and stuff. But we could do more. I'm not happy about what they did, and I think because there's somebody out there who has the means. Like, we need you.
Well, it's interesting the amount of pushback that has come from this. Like, I mean, I know I read an article that even like Donovan McNabb,
what did he do?
He spoke out about it, and he's a amazing, his not Hall of Fame, but like, one of the great quarterbacks, especially one of the great black quarterbacks in the NFL. That used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he is a Christian as well, and he spoke out about it. So you got a lot of voices coming back. So it's going to be interesting to see, does like an NBC potentially change their ways moving forward because of the backlash?
No, but they would change their ways if some of these rich Christians would put some of that money to work.
Or if one of the companies or the sponsors pops up and says something, then it's a different ball game. Because again, bottom lines are where they make their bread. So,
hey, Dallas Jenkins, I need you to become a sponsor of the Texas team.
Something, man, because these activists have no problems dumping billions of dollars into their cause, but then when it comes to Christians and decent people, they're out there. There's a lot of rich Christians.
Well, and I don't think someone like C.J. Stroud would necessarily do this, but would it make a difference if he was to say, you know what, I'm not willing to answer your questions going forward?
He probably would if there was an alternative.
I'm just here to not get fined.
Basically.
Marshawn Lynch it.
But then that begs the question: is that being a good representation of Christ in that moment? Then is the flip side of that.
The question becomes: we'll continue to have these conversations. How much more of what I'm saying are y'all gonna scrub out of the audio? You know what I'm saying? Like the reposts. How much y'all gonna scrub out the transcripts that y'all use to write your stories? Like how much more of what I'm saying are you guys gonna whitewash? You know what I mean? Like that becomes a valid question.
Yeah. Because you want to use every opportunity to lift up Christ, and I understand that. So I don't want to stop anybody or hinder anybody from doing that.
Yeah.
But in this iron age, we do need more Christian sponsors to lift up some of these outfits that may be more responsible or more capable and able to do these things. This is a great example of that.
Well, and this is the problem we have in Christian hip hop. Christian hip hop can have the infrastructure it wants.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that it really wants it. It's too concerned with appealing to culture, appealing to fans, and then gatekeeping each other. Fan gatekeeping audience gatekeeping artist. It goes all the ways around. And so, it's going to continue to happen that way because you'll always have the Christian that says that's an idol.
Hey, y'all remember that show that Diddy put out where he put all these young rappers together and they were like training? Mm-hmm. I always felt like that was like what Christian rap should be doing. Maybe not making a reality show out of it, but that's the template right there. Mm-hmm. Boot camps or something, some sort of programs. And you can't tell me that Reach Records or some of these other bigger companies can't do it.
Get better haircut. Like, hey, if you're gonna represent, dude, you need a stylist. You need a better.
That's all you're getting out of me. Unless you got a wig or something, I'll talk to you.